In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make CapCut level or even Adobe Premiere Pro level captions for any video in seconds for free. Instead of paying a monthly charge to get your captions for your videos done automatically, watch this video and by the end of it, you're going to learn how to do this, and you can do this for thousands of videos a day. This is one of the best automations for a beginner to learn because it's not as complex as the other automations that I'm teaching in my series and on my school community. I'm actually going to dive right into my computer and I'm going to show you how this automation works. So let's get into that. Basically, how this is going to work is this folder is going to be a publicly viewable folder where when new files get entered in, this automation runs by itself. So a video goes into that first step, then we download that video file. We then convert that video file to audio for something we're going to do in a future automation, and we're going to upload that audio file back to our Google Drive. So then we have a video file and an audio file. Then we're going to grab that video file and add automatic subtitles. We're going to put the automation to sleep, and then we're going to grab that end video with the captions. We're going to download that video with the captions, and we're going to upload it back to Google Drive. So you can imagine you can sell it as an automation for other people because all they would have to do is drop their video into this folder, and in a minute they're going to get their end video with a caption. So without further ado, guys, like, subscribe, join my community if you want this blueprint for free, but if not and you want to learn, let's get started. I head to make.com and we're going to open up a new scenario. So we're going to head back to scenarios and click create a scenario. The first step, like I said, is we're going to get this Google Drive folder. So what we have to do is we have to build a new Google Drive folder. So what I already did was build multi-layer folder here. So the first layer that we're going to build is going to be called captions video test. Okay, so after you build this folder, you're going to have this folder ID, and all you have to do is copy that. When we head back to make.com, we're going to click watch files in a folder. Everything looks good here. We're going to choose the folder that we want. And that was that folder that we just made. So captions video test for YouTube. We're going to click OK. For this step here, we're going to leave it at from now on. So every new file that gets added to this Google Drive page is allowed to be ran in the automation. Now that we've got that out of the way, we have the file in the system, but we actually need to download the file. So the first thing that we're going to do is actually run the automation so that we have the data in make.com. So we made that new copy of a folder. So now that there's a new piece of data, when we come back to the make automation and we click run once, it will grab that new piece of data. So now that we have the piece of data in this automation, we can click on this next step and we can download that file. So here we go. We're going to download that file. We're going to enter that file ID in manually because it's coming from this previous step, so we can map it. And every single time that this automation runs, it's going to grab that file ID. So we're going to head back to Google Drive. We're going to make another copy. And we have another piece of data. So when we go back to make.com and we run it, the file should now be downloaded. Awesome. So now we're going to do this cloud convert, which is really good practice for you in the future as well, because converting files is really important because certain AIs aren't able to read video files, for example. So you may need to convert something to an audio file. And if you learn this skill in this automation, it's going to roll over into all the other automations that I teach you. So we're going to click upload a file. We're going to grab that previously downloaded file from step 2. The format of that file, since it could be an MOV video file, it could be an MP4 video file, we're going to click I don't know the input format. But for the output format, we're going to know that we need to have it as an MP3 every single time. So now we're going to write as the file name. We can literally just grab the name of the file itself. So copy of a copy of a copy of a copy, whatever, .mp3, okay? And we're going to click yes to downloading the file. We're going to click OK. If we want to see if this automation is still working, we can go back, click make a copy. Okay, we can head back to our automation and we can click run. Okay, awesome. So we got that end product, and let's move on to the next step. So really quick, we're just going to upload that new audio file to Google Drive once again. So we're going to add it to a new folder. So when we click upload a file, this folder ID is going to be different than the folder ID that we previously used because that's where the original video goes. So now we're going to go into our Google Drive account. Okay, so inside of this Google Drive folder, we're actually going to open this new folder called separated audio. And here we have the audio files, right? So we can grab this folder ID, we can head back to our automation, we can put in this folder ID. So now once we get this converted audio, it's going to upload to this folder ID. Make sure that you select the cloud convert step instead of the download a file step. Now this Google Drive folder module is set up, and we're basically halfway through, guys, already. So if you already made it this far, you're absolutely crushing it. Good job. Proud of you, okay? Because this is kind of it's not easy to get your mind around at the beginning. So we're going to go back to our caption video test. We're going to just make another copy and we're going to run the automation. Okay, cool. So we got that uploaded file. Now we have a separated video and audio file. It's really good that you were able to separate the audio and video file, all right? So something to be proud of. So let's move on. We're actually gonna now build out our automatic subtitles. So we're gonna click on this JSON to video module. You should already have your API set up, so that's all looking good. We're gonna choose our output resolution as whatever, a vertical video or squared video. So in this case, we're just gonna choose a squared video. Now that we have that put in, we're gonna go to our video URL, which is all the way back on step 1. Okay, so you see this view web view link, and all you have to do is just make sure that your the actual content is viewable by anybody. So if I go back to this video and I click share, you guys are gonna see that it's restricted, right? And so you can go back to anyone with the link, and then this will be good to go. And since the audio is already in that video, we're gonna leave everything else blank. But when we get to our captions, we're actually gonna add some stuff. So for the font family, you guys can play around with this. You can even see like the fonts that Mr. Beast used, for example, but I'm just gonna use this one called Luckiest Guy. The font size is gonna be 75. The word color is gonna be yellow, and they accept it in a hex code. So if I head back to Google and I just ask it what a yellow hex code is, we can see that this is that. So we're gonna grab that hex code. We're gonna go here, okay? And then they have the line color as well. So that's even more options. So we're just gonna go, I don't know, red hex. Might as well. Let's see what that does, right? Red hex, grab it, okay, toss her in. Okay, you can even add like the outline width of the, you know, words or the position. So in this position, let's just put it smack dab center in the video, and we should be good to go. Now with JSON to video and a lot of different AI applications, they take time to actually like complete. Like they actually take time for them to, you know, operate. And so you don't want to move immediately on to the next step until this automation is done. So when I ran these tests before this video was filmed, I actually went in and I saw how long each operation took. And so on average, it took about 21.2 seconds, meaning I have to put this entire automation to sleep for at least that amount of time so that the video can be completed. So we're gonna go into this sleep module. Any number you put here is just relative to seconds. So this is gonna be a 30-second sleep module, and we're just gonna click OK. So now once the data gets passed from here, it's gonna go to sleep. Now to move on to the next step, we're gonna need the data to actually be passed to this JSON to video. So we're gonna go back to our Google Drive. We're gonna make another copy. We're gonna make sure that the folder is unrestricted, and we're gonna run it. Okay, so the data has been passed, so we don't even need this sleep tool we don't need to wait for the sleep tool to finish. We can actually just click stop the automation. So right here, we're gonna force stop the automation because we have the data that we need, okay? So now we can go to JSON to video to actually get the end video. So you guys can see here, wait for a movie to be rendered. I'm gonna click on that, and since we have the project ID from that previous step, you see it highlighting over there, we can grab it. So that's awesome. So now that we've grabbed that project ID, we can move on to the next step, and that's gonna be downloading the file. So the file right now is gonna be on JSON to video, but we need to get the file to our make automation. So we're gonna go to this HTTP module, we're gonna click get a file. All this does is literally download whatever you want it to. So in this case, we're gonna wait for the URL to be passed, but we know that it's gonna be right here. So we can actually pass it through in advance. You guys can see that. It says URL to the generated video. So we can click OK, and we're very close to finishing now, and we actually don't have to wait for the data to be passed as well. So we can go to Google Drive and we can upload the end file. But we need to open one more folder before that happens, because we have the video folders that you uploaded, we have the audio folders that you separated, and now we have the finished video with the captions. So we need them all to be separated. So we need to write finished videos with captions. We're gonna go into that folder. We're gonna allow anyone with the link to view it, and anything after the /folders and anything before this question mark is the folder ID, is the file folder ID. I'm gonna go back into our automation. We're gonna open up a Google Drive. We're gonna upload the file. This file is gonna come from this get a file, which is right over here, okay? And we're just gonna upload the folder ID that we just saved. So this entire automation is looking complete now. So if this all works, what should happen is we should get that end video with the captions in that new folder that we just built, okay? So let's go and test this for the last time. Let's create a copy, okay? Let's make sure that this copy is viewable by everybody. Okay, beautiful. And we're good to go. So now let's just run it. And while that's happening, guys, if you could, please give this video a like, potentially subscribe. And if you want this entire blueprint for free, join my school community because it did just launch and it's called Kev's No Code Academy. And the first 100 people in that academy are going to get the entire community for life. Okay. If you're after the 100 people, it's going to cost $100 a month. So if that's something you find valuable, definitely hop in. We're going to have multiple calls a week. I'm going to be dropping all of these automations in daily. So there's a lot of value in there on top of the SaaS projects that I'm building. I'm also going to be hiring people that I need in that community. So yeah, it's all pretty exciting over there. They get whatever they want in my community. Okay. You guys are my people. Let's head back to this automation. We're back at the sleep module. Things are looking good. Okay, so we got that rendered video. As you guys see here, we got that rendered video. We downloaded that rendered video and then it uploaded the file. So we head back to our folders. We have this finished videos folder that we were talking about, and there we go, right? We have that finalized video and we can open it and play it, right? So it's gonna take a sec for it to actually process. So might as well download it and show it to you guys. Okay, so what's cool about it too is that it kind of like plays from word to word in terms of the color change. So you guys will see that here.
My name's LeBron James, man.
Okay, it came out in that square formatted video. I'm pretty sure that the way that the video was formatted originally was quite weird to begin with. So let me just double check that real quick because that formatting looks a bit strange, but I think it's because this was not inputted as a square.
My name's LeBron James, man.
Yeah, okay, so this is how it came in anyways. This is the file that I uploaded, so it actually even structured it better. And I have a bunch of different examples on my YouTube automation account. So I have a YouTube automation account that is literally doing this right now, and it's part of my SaaS that I'm coming out with called auto-captions. So the entire thing works. That's basically it. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely like, subscribe, and I'll see you boys in the next one.